Hi everyone, my name's Haley Bradford, and I apologize for the microphone. For some reason, my computer wouldn't pick up sound, and I had to wear the microphone. Also, my computer screen is actually broken on my laptop, so I have a monitor up here that I'll be looking at. So I apologize for not looking into the camera. So let's begin. So I chose this question: gather a selection of hospitality and travel advertisements. Which factors have been used in these ads to attract customer attention? How effectively have these factors been used, and what could have been done to improve the impact of these ads on customer perceptions? So before we look at some advertisements, we're going to talk about what perception is, because it's important to the way you view advertisements. So perception is the mental process customers employ using their five senses: sight, hearing, taste, touch, and smell, to size up hospitality and travel services and the industry's promotional message. So I love the saying that they had in the book, perception counts more than reality, because say you view an advertisement for a hotel, even though it could be an awesome hotel in reality, if you get a perception that's the opposite of that, you're not going to go there to fulfill that need that you want. When you view an advertisement for the first time, it has to go through the perception process, and at the end of this process, you want your advertisement to be perceived in the way that it was intended for you to perceive it. So this process has four stages: the perceptual stage, and the perceptual bias, selective attention, and closure. Okay, so perceptual screen, that's kind of like, so our minds are consistently being bombarded with advertisements. You can see thousands of them in a day, and it's impossible for your mind to actually absorb all of them. And so that's kind of that screen that's up, and you want your advertisements to be the one that makes it through the screen and your mind remembers it. So that's really what marketers are trying to do with their ads, is they want them to be rememberable. But then the second one, the bias part, is that the bias is the way you can like twist an advertisement to fit the views and the way you want to see it in your mind, and that might not always be the way that the marketer has intended. So after the advertisement makes it through those two, you still have the selective attention. So you're going to retain an advertisement that you're not going to retain an advertisement that doesn't support your predispositions and your beliefs and your attitudes. So, it really has to be for the target market and stuff. And then finally, closure. Your brain wants things to be whole, and if you're missing parts of that advertisement, it's going to create like a psychological tension, as the book says, on your brain. And your brain's going to want to fill those gaps, and half the time it's probably not going to fill the gaps with the actual correct information. So let's just take a quick look at this, for example. So first, your ad has to stick out between all of these crazy things going on. And then your mind might want to twist some of these images, and it might be biased, and so it really is hard to get your message out there a lot of the time. All right, so let's see. There's a variety of tools, though, that marketers can use to help these messages get out there and find their audience and actually stick with them. So you can use the interpersonal type of the interpersonal factors, such as, the needs and wants, motives, learning, self-concept, lifestyle, personality. And then there's kind of the external factors of the advertisement, the size of it, the color of it, intensity, movement, position, contrast, isolation, texture, shape, and surroundings. So now that we've kind of looked at what these perception is and the process it goes through, and all the things that advertisement companies and stuff can go through to help with that, let's go ahead and look at some of the strengths and weaknesses of some of these hospitality ads. So this first one is the Trump Hotel, and it says own New York, which kind of gives that need that some people have for esteem, and it motivates that achievement status. So I think it did a really well job with that. It's like, oh, New York, the other man is standing above the other man in a higher position. It has New York in the background. It also kind of had a cool contrast to the way the way the picture was taken. Apologize, I left my book over here. And under contrast, it says like tricky photography can kind of catch the eye and make your ad stand out. I also like how the own New York is large and the print is easy to read, and it's in the blue sky where you could see it well. And so I think they did a really good job with this one. It's also bright and appealing to the eye. Same with this one, also has that bright, appealing to the eye, your eyes kind of drawn to it. What I did was, when I was Googling kind of images and stuff, I'd close my eyes and I'd scroll down, and when I'd open them, I'd see kind of which ones stood out to me and then which ones didn't stand out to me. And then I kind of wanted to see why they stood out, and I think it's that bright blue in that one. And then just unlimited peace. So then again, it's stating that need. It's that psychological need for motivated by relaxation and stuff. I think it's nice because it's simple, but you can also see Turkey Unlimited, so you know exactly where it's like, oh, you should go to Turkey, look how nice. There was a lot of other images and they had beautiful beaches and stuff, but where it was at was so small or something. Even like the hotel logo was small and you didn't really know what the ad was for. So why put out ads if you're not promoting your business that well? This kind of it has the turkey out there. So I think they did a really nice job with this one also. This one had some pros and a little cons for me. So some of the pros that I liked, it was that need for, where was it? Self-actualization, I believe it's pronounced. And the motive is like kind of be true to oneself, that exploring, self-discovery, satisfaction of inner desires type of thing. It has that, a quest for a journey sense on the picture. Except I didn't like I also, great color, and the shape of it was like catching to the eye with the square bottom kind of appeals to the eye, drags the eye into it. But I did not like the writing. It was too like cursive and harder to read at first glance, and so your eye might not have that closure later, and it won't remember exactly where it was talking about or what it was talking about. And so I didn't think that was a very very appealing. Sorry. And then this one also, it has that that motivation to be true to oneself, and pretty images and stuff, but they're and it has the isolation, which they were talking about, giving that white space so it kind of sets your thing apart from other ones. But see, in this one, the 4 seasons at the bottom was very small, so you might not remember what it was even promoting. You kind of just get a sense of Asia or something. And then I like it said they never forget, neither will you. And our book talks about how, you're selling intangible objects and stuff. You're selling experiences and memories. And so I like that they put that on there, like, you'll never forget it. So it's that value, and, but also it did have tiny text, so it was hard to read. And then the dull color, it kind of didn't stand out to me. I was looking around at them, and I was like, and once I finally looked at it and read it, I was like, oh wow, I really like the message and stuff, but it didn't pop for me. I couldn't see it right away. And then I believe this is the last one. Yes. So this one's for beaches. I love big, bold on top beaches. I'm pretty sure that's a cruise line, or a promotion company or something. But I like the best family vacation in the Caribbean, because it brings that need for belonging and love, companionship, family togetherness, that kind of thing to it. And then the color of the overall picture is very appealing. I think most beach scenes are, though. But I also like the way they put the family vacation in big bold letters. And it's very appealing to the eye. It has the children and the family on it. And so, yes. I'm only at 12 minutes. I did this earlier and it was at 15. So let's see if I missed anything else I could talk about. So some of these external factors, that some of them are obvious: size, color. When I first read the intensity part, I wasn't exactly I was like, intensity? What does it mean like that? Like, oh, intense? But it makes sense. It's that kind of how the drug commercials and AIDS and drunk driving, they really use almost fear tactics and brutal images and commercials to kind of persuade you. And I mean, it is almost an advertisement is like a argument. They're arguing that you should buy their product, or visit their place, or take their cruise line. They're making an argument that is a good choice. And so we all took English, and it was what was Aristotle's ethos, logos, and pathos, or I don't know. It's been a while, but pathos, I believe, was that the feeling one, happiness, sadness. So really bringing that pathos into those arguments is that same with the need for happiness and stuff. It's that bringing that pathos with the family together type of situation. Texture kind of was interesting. It refers to, if it's on carpeting or something, it might, sorry, my cat is in front of my computer screen. It might bring your eye to its attention more, which I thought a lot of these were very interesting concepts that I've never really thought of before. I've thought of, size, color that pops and stuff like that, and movement, you got the wiggly guy. But some of these were really eye-opening to think about. Same with the needs and wants. A lot of people don't really realize what they want. Or they realize their wants. They don't realize what they need and what's motivating that want. and those psychological and safety, belonging, esteem, those kind of factors that you really want to strive for.